All right, so the new Longhorn Widow Jane 10-year pick. Nice little cork pop.
Gotta love that.
So the first release of this was tonight at the
At the grand opening.
the Longhorn
Bourbon store. That's right.
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah, that was a busy event. Fun though.
Yeah,
Very
shoulder
fun.
to shoulder, man. But it was a good deal. Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what do we got here? Get my old man glasses. This is barrel number 5, bottle number 3, 2018, at 110 proof. So look in the back. Does it say if it's where it's?
That one
Kentucky
was distilled in
bourbon.
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah,
And bottled by Widow Jane in New York.
and it
so,
says
Just give me.
so Mia. Actually, I want to pour just a hair more.
Do it.
So Mia with Widow Jane, she said that this one is 21% rye bourbon, which
Who does 21% rye in Kentucky?
see
That's
that's
what
what
we're
we're
talking
kind of
about, yeah.
curious about because I'm pretty
Four Roses
confident.
is 20.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. So I'm pretty sure MGP's
Was
lower.
21, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were right.
Oh well. Anyways, whatever.
But, yeah.
So but she also said that they source from 5 different distilleries.
Yeah, that's what she
in
said
3
last time.
states.
Yeah, in 3 different states. So
But they only put Kentucky on that.
Yeah, it's
Kentucky,
interesting.
and then
I wonder if it's a
The
placeholder.
12-year says Indiana, though.
Yes. So you
It's probably MGP.
you
there.
could say that
Yeah.
the 12 years MGP and the 10 years something in Kentucky
Something.
Yeah.
with
So
a
it's-
non-disclosure agreement.
Yes, that's right.
Man, I gotta say,
See,
I really like this nose.
It's kind of
Yeah, no,
it's
it's really
it's kind of nice because it smelled good in the
Store.
sample, like the
Yeah.
little sample
But
cups.
much better.
Oh
Yeah.
man, nose and
No,
glass,
really-
it
really
just
helps.
makes it even better.
It is.
Oh yeah, that's good. I get a little Heaven Hill on the nose, to be honest. Which
Yeah, I can just nose
blind
this
is
thing. Oh my God.
is you'll trick yourself into thinking
All sorts of things.
that
But no,
something's
this is-
this and that. So
I like the dark fruit. I actually can even get a little, like, way on the back. I get a little cream. Actually, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what this kind of smells like to me? This kind of smells like that the Single Cast Nation.
MGP, that one,
MGP.
a little bit. No, it does, because it has that.
That kind of
It's got the dark fruit, but the sweet
Yeah.
caramel.
Yeah,
See, I'm
kinda-
getting the
yeah,
dark
yeah.
fruits,
Super
not
sweet.
necessarily like the red fruits I normally get from Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
But man, you've hit me up with some blinds before where I've been like,
Yeah,
I know it's
yeah.
not Heaven Hill.
That's where
and
it
it's
is.
Heaven
that's
Hill.
where guessing without knowing
Yeah.
it that's a crapshoot. So,
That's cool.
but it is excellent.
That nose is crazy.
I'm
nice.
definitely I need to make sure to pick up some extra bottles of this. So
Yeah, I grabbed a second one.
yeah, I'll
I
get
checked
it.
out, and then I was like, I better go get
I'll
another
get another one tomorrow.
It looked a little thin already on the Pix shelf.
Yeah, she said.
Would you say they had like 30 some cases or something?
No,
Or
it wasn't even that many.
18? Was it 18?
It was
I think maybe
18,
been
12
18.
packs.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
is
that's
what she
I
said.
think that's what she said. That
So-
sounds right.
Well, yeah, that sounds
So,
right
look,
for a barrel.
Comparing to the other night when we did those Four Roses,
Yeah,
this nose is right around like a good Four Roses pick, or a good pick. And I mean, I didn't help
Well,
pick this.
so-
It's really good.
and they explained. Mia explained why they proofed it to 110. Said they wanted the whole thing with Widow Jane is the limestone water, so they wanted to be able to proof it. But I mean, I do agree that 110 is a really good
Yeah.
proof. I mean,
No, yeah.
look at
For sure.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff
Russell's
that's
is
within
110,
107
right?
and 115.
yeah, Russell's
that are
is
really
110.
Yep.
I mean, your nose mill's 115. Your, obviously 107 is popular.
I mean, and
So it's right in there.
110 is average-ish
Yeah,
for
the
Four Roses
barrel
picks.
proofs,
So yeah.
those couple of like 2 to 4 tiers a lot of times end up right in that range.
Which
just depends. But
That's
yeah.
the nice
I
like
love those.
little range.
Man, I'm
So-
getting like almost like a candy corn, but not like corn, like more like candy corn.
No, that sweetness. No,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about for sure.
like candy, and
That's funny because I hate candy corn, and so I
don't smell it?
it. No.
I'm getting
But
the
I get
dark
that,
fruits.
I get that super. It's like
Yeah,
a super
no, I definitely
sweet,
get
It's
a-
kind of
a-
like the other thing I would relate it to is like the like that bubble gum that comes in like the roll, like that sweet, super sweet.
It's not like
That
the
powdered sugar, yeah.
like
Hubba
sugar,
Bubba,
yeah,
or,
something like that. Yeah, that comes off of it. Yeah, it's like.
oh, okay.
Yes, but it's like a hint of it.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering by any means. Like,
But
the
it's-
dominant is that darker
It's
fruit.
really balanced, really pleasant nose that you
I'm
can
going
just
in,
sit
man.
there and,
Oh, yeah.
and nose forever.
as we have been.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. You know, and the finish is kind of short right now, but it kind of comes back.
Really? I was about to say
No,
mine.
I was gonna say like mine just kind of went away, but I noticed that at the store too that it kind of just like a little not dry, but it kind of like
kind of
comes
like
out your
roller
tongue.
coastered
Yeah.
on you.
And then that's when I started getting that little like toasted coconut thing coming back.
See, and I get a. See, and I don't know if I get that toasted coconut. To me, it's almost like a toasted marshmallow kind of.
See, I'm not getting
But,
it so
you know,
much
I-
here as I
ballpark.
did in the store, but no, yeah, I'm
That
getting
finishes.
It's really really late. It like just lingers. It's a
That
lingerer.
really coats your tongue.
Oh yeah,
It's delicious, man.
I really like aside from the really long finish, which is very nice. I love the mid palate actually. There's a lot of really nice flavors that happen right after it gets right after the front of your tongue. A lot of really nice things that roll over there. It's really
Yeah, it's
pretty.
kind of like a little brighter.
Yes, but you get that, but you also get some of the that heavy sweet note, but then you get this the fruits come back in, some of the depth. You get almost a touch of oak.
Yeah, there's more
It's-
oak on the finish.
Yeah,
less
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
not
sure,
getting a
yeah.
whole lot of oak, but it's there. But
Yeah.
but it's not like
Well,
an
I
oak
agree
bomb.
more on the finish, but you get a touch of it, just enough to kind of like remind you that it's been aged long enough.
And that's where,
So-
like, we were also talking with her about the age and everything, and a lot of times people with bourbon, well, whiskey in general, which it's a little more on the Scotch side, but like with bourbon, a lot of times people think the more age, more that it's going to be better, and that's not necessarily.
No.
There's kind of a sweet spot in the middle where
For
it's
sure.
like it goes up
I-
and then you start
I
declining.
completely adhere to the Jim Rutledge advice of that bourbon peaks, like especially rye bourbons tend to peak
And you say
in that
8
like
to 10.
8 to 10 year
Yeah.
range, and I totally agree because I've had plenty of store picks of different brands, even not just Four Roses, but different brands that you'll get a 12-year pick and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this should be really good, but there's a reason it's 12 years old. Like
They
I
let
remember,
it
It wasn't
going.
ready.
I even remember
Yeah.
there was a McKenna 10-year I found the one time that was
Oh, that's
actually
right,
it
yeah.
was because of the dating, it was almost 11 and change, like it was 11 plus, and I was like, oh, this will be interesting. The nose was really good. Then I tasted it, I was like, yeah, they let this sit because it needed the time.
Yeah.
It just didn't have that profile.
I have I mean,
yet.
it's not a bourbon, but I have a Scotch that's a 15-year-old Balvenie, and it's actually an 18-year-old. When you
Oh,
look at the
okay, yeah.
dates, and it's not as good as the other two 15s I have.
Yeah.
But again, so I think it's just because it's for most bourbons and most, because that's the other thing about warehouses.
Hey man,
Yeah.
you have that 8-year-old Old Scout that's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shoot the
And I have some 11 years
Yeah.
that are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
and there's been some Four Roses picks that are on the younger side that just blow me away.
Man, I really
I mean,
like this.
we're gonna pour that 12-year here in a minute, but and I know they could be different sources and all,
That
but
nose is just so full, man. It's like coming at you from
The
everywhere.
finish now, as it's been sitting here and as I've been tasting it more, I'm starting to finally taste, which is something I've noticed in all the Widow Jane products I've tried, which is a little bit of like a cocoa and a cocoa note on the finish that starts to get there. And in the other ones that I've tried, like the 12-year, I know it was because I tried that already. is the espresso note.
I was about to say, I get a little coffee
Yes,
in it.
and
yeah.
it's a coffee, cocoa, espresso note kind of combo that I get, and it's not irritating because I don't like coffee flavor at all, but I like this because I like the way it plays with
when
everything
it's more,
else.
it's more like cocoa powder
Yes,
kind of
it's
than
a-
like a chocolate.
I agree. Cocoa powder with that espresso
That-
note,
yeah.
but it's a nice balance. It's not tiramisu, but it's got that kind of profile
And
where
I
that
also
goes
get-
into tiramisu.
I also get like fruit cake or something, man. Like, and I always, and I don't really get it in this, but I always get in Widow Jane like some kind of apple. But I don't.
Oh really?
I
I
don't
didn't
this in
get
this.
that on. I know what you're talking about with that
The
12
12-year.
year. I got what you were talking about. I don't get that at all.
No,
on this
not at
one.
all on
Yeah.
this one. But I do get like as soon as I get in there.
That's why these are definitely have to
It's
be
just
different
different
sources.
sources.
They
Yeah, for
they have
sure.
a different
These are not
flavor
the same.
profile.
Well, yeah.
Which that's kinda-
perhaps the label didn't lie.
Which and it's funny to me because I almost think it would be the reverse.
Yes,
i-
yeah.
if I had to
Yeah,
guess,
I
but
know, right?
whatever. But but that's kind of that's kind of cool about the sourcing thing. I know like it's so dumb, and I know some of the better bloggers have ranted against people talking crap about sourcing.
Yeah.
Because like you're still pulling from really good
For sure.
stock
sources,
yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and I
Like
and
it's
yeah,
being made with passion somewhere else, just because they're not making it themselves.
Yeah.
Somebody is still putting their
Well,
Well, and as
the-
you know, with Scotch,
Yeah.
I mean,
And the other key is the key on the back end, of course, as the NDP discussion has been fully vetted at this point. But just to reiterate,
yeah,
just to
yeah, we even did a whole article
yes,
on that.
just
yeah.
to reiterate the fact that transparency was key with people like Smooth Ambler, and they also took time to pick barrels that they thought were worthwhile, because there's plenty of NDPs out there that are just marketing.
Yeah.
Here's some barrels. They slap a label on it. They put it on the shelves, and they just try to make money.
So,
Are we ready for that 12-year?
Yeah, go ahead
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
do that.
I kind of killed my 10 years, so you can't even do a side by side, but that's okay.
Yeah, you can always
No,
pour
no,
a
it's
little,
all right. It's all right.
more.
No, just 12 years fine. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll save a little bit of my 10 then.
Yeah. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Wait, what's this one?
Pour some more.
Yeah, just pour a little bit more.
It's okay. I have good memory. It's all right.
It's that
pour
10
it
year
back.
is stellar.
Come on, man.
I need to go pick
I know
up.
you want some. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't had this.
Yeah,
it is, man. It is
12 year
it's
in a
out-
This
couple
is
of.
way more of the berry fruits for sure. Like you get that way up front comparatively.
Oh wow, that's crazy how
Yeah.
much.
Way more. That's the berry fruits 100%.
So, what do we got here again? Just to reiterate, this is.
Wait, did that say it's kosher? What? Go on the back. What'd that say?
Yeah, it's.
Huh.
Yeah, it does say kosher.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Interesting.
Cool. There
It's
you
a
go.
New
So
York
this
product.
is
That's
Widow
true.
Jane,
That's true.
straight bourbon whiskey, aged 12 years in American oak.
You know, I've actually ordered. Oh, sorry.
No, barrel
Go ahead.
48, bottle number 4, also from 2018, but this one's at 49.5 ABV, 99 proof.
So-
but this also, no, this says Indiana. Yeah,
So
this I
this
get more
is
caramel.
Yeah,
brown
well, and I
sugar,
get some of
and
that,
berries.
that fruit. I
Yeah.
kind of like that you were talking
Yeah.
about that apple. Yeah, it's kind of
Yes,
like
no,
a
I do
like
get-
a
I do get the
like
apple
a
as
fresh
well.
fruit.
Yeah.
Kind of
I get
like
the
a,
berries, but I also get that citrusy, not
Yeah.
citrus, but like crisp apple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crisp
what,
apple.
what do they call it? Orchard fruits? And when they're
Yes.
Stone fruit
There we-
orchards in
there
fall
we go,
time.
There we go.
That's
Let's
it.
get that. There you go. Very descriptive. In fall.
I actually get, like, I went back to this and I started getting like vanilla and stuff, and in this one I get more like brown sugar and that apple.
Yeah, see, the 12 year
Let's see.
definitely has more fruit going on.
Mhm.
I almost even get, and I don't know if it's like my palate's lingering from that Macallan earlier, but I almost get like a little bit of a sherry note to it.
You know,
Like
and
that.
I did not have the Macallan, and I get a little bit of that cherry.
Really?
No, I really
Okay.
do. No, that's
You knew what
That's
I was
not
going to
just you.
say because you kind of
yeah.
like, yeah.
When you were going, I was like, oh man, I totally got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like
Yeah,
an
there-
Oloroso.
Yeah, you know, like that, because that kind of
Little
that
bit.
that spice that you get from it, not necessarily like the heavy raisin
No,
and
no,
all
I
that.
don't get into
but
that,
it's that spice that comes on the back end of sherry scotch, anyways. That is, it has like a little bit of citrus to it, and
But it's just a hint.
yeah.
It's just, I mean, this is really solid too, man.
But that
But I gotta say that 10 year is
I'm definitely
that is
preferential
outstanding.
to that
the finish
10-year.
on the 10 years, wow.
Yeah.
It really is.
And
pretty.
the nose, that's it, and that's where I'm a fan.
yeah.
Like I will definitely give preference to bourbons that have phenomenal noses. That's just
Yeah.
one of my favorite
Sure.
aspects of bourbon.
And that extra little 10 proof, man, is kind of like the driver. Just
Yeah,
kicks
which
it in
this
a little bit more.
it's 99,
99,
right?
yeah.
At 99, that's still it's still
solid.
really viscous. I mean,
it's-
look
yeah,
at the legs
it's
on
full
that.
definitely-
flavored.
Yeah,
It is definitively less viscous than the other, but it's still very solid.
yeah, it's
Completely
still
agree.
coats
See,
the tongue
I get
pretty
the
well.
apples big time in the finish,
On the
like
12-year.
apple peel or something on the 12-year.
Yeah, because it's kind
Like
of
it's
that.
almost
it's
bitter,
kind of that
but-
sweet and
yeah.
sour kind of
Yes.
like a
That would be a good description.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Well, hell, man,
It's nice.
these are really good. Both are really good.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just trying to imagine how this is going to end up if it opens up. I don't remember if I took my last sip before or after your declaration.
Oh, okay.
so to get back on topic. Yeah, I mean,
Look, you can't go wrong with either one of
No,
those.
No.
they're both excellent.
yeah, they're really good.
I'm getting a lot more oak out of that 12-year. But the as good as that, and it's what's so weird. I really like that 12-year.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I first tasted it, I was like, oh man, I need to go back and get another one. Like immediately after I drank
Well,
it.
and the thing that I liked about that is I don't own another bourbon that tastes like
Not
that.
really,
yeah.
No, there is definitely a uniqueness to the mine water, the whole concept there. There is some uniqueness.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
don't-
and that's the
and
reason-
I really don't think it's just marketing in this
No.
case.
No, and I mean in limestone, so like I mean, obviously limestone makes a difference. You
Yeah.
cannot go to a single Kentucky distillery that in their tour
Yeah.
that they don't talk about the
rich
difference that
limestone.
limestone water makes, that the water filters through limestone. But yeah, I mean, to wrap it up, man, they're both great bourbons,
Yep.
but that 10-year is really
yeah.
something special.
It is
I'm
something
definitely
special. It's actually surprising how good it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
that-
go back tomorrow, grab another one for me too.
gotcha.
Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
I grabbed mine today, so. But I may grab another one, a third one. Whenever you're like, because, and that's one of the things too, going back to, or not going back, but to talk about store picks. You know, people get caught up in all the hype bottles and all that stuff. And sometimes they lose focus on the fact that a store pick is way rarer than one of those.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
a lot
there's
of
been some
times-
people that make that. Yeah,
and
that
a lot of times way better.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you taste one and you're like, oh my God, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
You better go get some, man, because
That's
there's
gone.
190 bottles of
If-
it.
So there's a current hype bottle. I'm not going to name it because I don't want people going thinking I'm bashing. But there's a current hype bottle right now that I would easily take both of these over.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, we recently were talking. Yeah, and there's I mean,
Look, man, I don't want to bash that bottle because I liked it. You know, I mean, at retail price, I think it's totally worth it.
What would you rather drink both of these though?
Well, this is. No, I'd rather have these.
Okay,
for
yeah,
sure.
all right. So, but that
Yeah.
was my point.
Yeah, and there's less of these. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, but that.
As
but-
rare and hard to get as that is,
Yes.
this is even rarer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it actually easy to get right now.
Yeah, but
So-
for a few more days.
I'm definitely going to get a second one and possibly even a third.
I'm a rare second bottle buyer, but I'll do it here. I'll do it here.
Ooh, now it's getting like really dry, which I love dry.
I noticed that as I was finishing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does on the
I was
back end
getting,
of that
yeah.
I was
finish
getting a
gets
little
real
bit of
dry.
that oak tobacco
So
dryness.
it's one of those,
A little bit of that.
Like it kind of evolves too, but
Yes.
in a good way.
Yeah.
It's not one of those that kind of loses its edge after a
No.
while.
Yeah. No.
It just gets better.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, man. Well,
Well,
stuff.
that's the
we
Widow
got,
Jane.
Widow Jane 10-year overproof, and the Widow Jane 12 year. Both store picks from Longhorn Liquor. I don't know how many they have left, but they're outstanding.
They're good.